Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eliza at Eliza Journals. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a journal with me. However, I don't really think that I want to talk about what is in my entry for today. I think I want to just talk about something that I've been asked on Instagram, and I keep getting asked this question over and over and over. So I just said, what better way to talk about this question than on a journal with me video? So the question I've been asked the most is, what do you journal? Are you journaling the same thing every day? And the question is yes and yes. So basically, what I'm journaling is everything. There is no structure to what I'm journaling. So a lot of my journaling just takes place at night. So I'm really just journaling about things that have happened from the moment I wake up until the time that I get ready to go to bed. And sometimes I even journal about what I'm about to do after I finish journaling. Which I know it's probably like, okay, well, that's weird. But I usually try to start my day off with some type of gratitude. And sometimes I jump off into a tangent about something that happened at work that was really crazy and that really triggered me. I work in a field that is very, very, I would say, it's very exhausting. Just put it like that. It's rewarding, but it's also exhausting at the same time because I work with children, and I work with children in a capacity where they're very vulnerable and where their situations are very traumatic. So I have to be mindful of my reactions. I have to be mindful of how I'm feeling for that day, which is why I take my journal with me. So if I'm feeling like exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed out because it's so much documentation to send to the state, and people are constantly asking, hey, I need this, I need that. Did you do this? Did you do that? And one thing about me is I do not like being micromanaged. And I noticed that with the change in leadership that we've had, it's like it's cool, but it's like low key micromanaging. And I'm the type of person, when I take on a role or a position, I don't like being micromanaged. And I would say at least 80% of my journaling, not like my single entry, but just overall, it has something to do with not being micromanaged. Which is really bad. My mental health providers have said, like, hey, you might need to think about, exiting, if it's exiting, excuse me, especially if you're feeling like it's a trigger. So, but of course, like, I'm just like being complacent right now, but that's a whole nother video. That's probably like a day in a life video or vlog. But so I just pretty much journal during the day. Like, if I'm feeling triggered at my job, I just take my journal out and I journal about like what I'm actually feeling. And sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I might go for a walk and I'll come back and journal. I had to go for a walk because everyone was knocking on my door. I was trying to get paperwork turned in. We have a deadline and I just was not able to get it turned in. So I really don't have like a structure of what I'm journaling. It's like when I wake up in the morning, I try my best to start off with something positive, like some type of gratitude, something that I'm thankful for. But because I journal at night most of the time, sometimes I jump right into like an epiphany. Only because I'm thinking at the moment, like, I just need to tell someone this. And my journal is really like my personal therapist. In a way, it's like I can tell everything to my journal. And sometimes I use my journal even when I'm in therapy. And, well, with my current therapist, I don't really have that rapport with my new therapist because she's new. And it's really hard to express everything that I would with my last therapist with my new therapist, because it's like she really doesn't know me. She doesn't know like the backstory to a lot of things that I've been going through. So it's like in a relationship, like you wouldn't feel comfortable just telling a man or a woman that you're potentially courting, like, hey, this is going on, because you might think, oh, they'll probably look at me funny. So I usually just use, my journal, especially for things like that I feel like I can't tell my therapist right now, but I might start and like come back to it. So a lot of things that I journal are like how I'm feeling, especially when it comes to like where I am in society, I guess. And sometimes I do a lot of comparing, which I know that I shouldn't be doing, because I feel like, man, I'm 38. I've not done anything my friends have. My friends have their own homes. They're married. They have children. Their children are succeeding. I mean, just comparison is like a killer, you know. And some people think, that, okay, well, you're grown. You're not supposed to be. But sometimes it does happen. So I just, write like, this is where I am, this is where I want to be. And I'm just really the type of person where I'm very honest with myself. So my journal is like where I can just be free. So be free, be honest, where you are, be honest with who you are, and everything that you feel, just put it on paper. And I think that's one thing that I really love about just journaling, especially at night. It's just something about that nighttime journaling that I really love. I try to journal during the day, but sometimes it doesn't work because people are in and out of my office. And even if I'm on lunch break, it's like people are still like hounding me. And my pet peeve, y'all, is when I'm eating lunch and people, especially a hot lunch, I've warmed up my lunch, someone walks in my office, they're talking, and I'm looking at them like, I want to eat in peace and quiet. I don't want to talk while I'm eating lunch, because I want to be present with my food. I want to use my five senses, when I eat my food. But, you know, but all that to say is, some days, yes, I do write the same things over and over, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's your journal. It's for your eyes, and no one should be reading it but you. But I'm pretty sure people zoom in on my Instagram, which that is completely fine. So I don't ever write things in this particular memory keeping journal that I cannot share with the world. Because sometimes the things that you write might help someone else, and you never know. And I'm very transparent and honest with myself, especially in my journal, about where I am, who I am, what I'm feeling, what are my thoughts. And that also helps me to know, okay, I need to seek help for this, because this is something I'm going through that I don't think I can handle myself. So, like with the memory keeping journal, it's whatever is important to you. It might not seem like it's important, even if it's a song, even if it's a poem, that's a memory. It's like you can go back to that day and say, oh, I wrote a poem this day because I really liked that poem. It resonated with me. So you don't have to have some type of structure or some type of way to memory keep. You just memory keep the things that are important and significant to you, and that's just all to it. And that's just pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. It really wasn't like real deep. But I appreciate you watching, and if you stay to the end of the video, give me a green heart in the comments. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.